5 people were sucked into a deep-sea oil pipeline. Their oxygen was about to run out, and their lives were hanging by a thread. This is a true story. 5 experienced workers were carrying out a routine underwater operation inside a sealed structure, dismantling an oil pipe. None of them expected that this seemingly ordinary task would become the beginning of a nightmare. As they prepared to unscrew the bolts on the pipeline according to procedure, a disaster caused by the massive pressure difference between the inside and outside erupted without warning. The moment the bolt was loosened, the pipeline became like a giant beast opening its jaws, unleashing a devastating force. Tools, equipment, and the 5 men, who had no time to react, were instantly swallowed and violently dragged into the deep underwater pipe. Inside the narrow, freezing pipeline, the 5 men were like rootless duckweed, dragged along by an immense suction force all the way to a point near the end of the pipe. That short minute felt like the longest torment of their lives. They could feel their bodies scraping painfully against the pipe walls and hear the roaring current, yet they couldn't even call for help. When the suction finally stopped and silence returned, the 5 men were left sprawled inside the pipe, shaken and terrified. Luckily, they had stopped at a slightly raised section of the pipeline, forming a small air pocket. The air that had been sucked in gathered there, becoming their only hope of survival. Once they regained their senses, they quickly called out to each other and counted heads. All 5 were alive, but each had suffered varying degrees of injuries. The most severely injured was the second man in line. His leg was broken, and the intense pain had caused him to lose consciousness. Even worse, the oxygen tanks they depended on had been lost during the violent dragging. The cramped space and limited air meant they couldn't wait long for rescue. In this desperate situation, they suppressed their panic and discussed their only chance of survival. A critical disagreement arose.